I've been watching the space since 2017 when I was watching Crypto Kitties, but it wasn't about. It's not about the NFTs of today that I'm excited about. I'll go on record for this any day of the week. I am about the utility of what they can be with smart contracts when everything gets equalized and we have ubiquitous computing and we have things properly figured out, so we don't have people doing janky code that people lose $34 million on for transactions because they did all the market, they did all the hype, but they didn't put the money into the code. I'm sitting over here going, I'm putting the money into the code, so we don't have those problems.
Yeah.
Like right, so NFTs, there's a use. There's I'm not in the bubble resolve itself. You know, I don't discount anybody making money off them or anything else or trying to sell virtual land or I could open up Geocast and start shaving off $1 million properties all day long on Geocast, but I don't see that is our
Sustainable. Yeah.
it's sustainable, like because you don't know where the market itself hasn't the underlying technology, the
Yeah.
underlying fundamental technology of things has not reached a point where it's scalable or sustainable. People want decentralized and blockchain components, yet they're using centralized systems for a lot of it, and it's
Yeah.
like this is insane. So 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 I'm into this. I am in the space. I'm in the
Are you?
crypto NFTs
Okay.
and blockchain, but for down the road stuff.
Do you have any?
Just for
Do you have any artwork on your walls that are NFTs?
no, I'm not a collect. I collect. Like I'm not into the collection of it. I'm like I get your Here's the other thing. A lot of NFTs, even if I was a collector, they're so bloated in valuation of price. It's
Yeah.
like I don't. It's funny. I don't want to come across wrong for the community. I think it's great community, but it's funny. I've watched this. Everybody wants to be about community, but then they start. But all of them are bringing out this exclusivity component. It's like buy this NFT for $500 to $1,000. You get X with it, but you can become part of this exclusive club. It's like, well, what about the people that you want people to come into it? And it's like, why is it $1,000? Because you like a
Yeah.
lot of it doesn't make sense to me. If I can understand paying for collections, I get it, but just because these people made millions doesn't mean that you have to put your pricing and your floor price to thousands and millions, because that's those people got lucky.
Yeah.
They built a community and Discord and things, and now these people are trying to play catch up. So there's a lot of bad actors out there trying to make like a Ponzi scheme of things. Well, why are
Yeah.
you selling that? You can ask them. Well, why are you selling an NFT? Well, because it's an NFT. But why? Well, because it's an NFT. But why? Tell me why. What utility? What purpose? What longevity does it have to it that once I can go buy something, a physical item, and get a code for it, or I buy a digital item and get a physical good that I can take across any friggin' software I want, that's when you have the metaverse. That's when I can take my friggin' Vans I'm wearing right now and go, hey, I want Will McReynolds in that game right now, my avatar, to wear those Vans I just bought today. But oh shit, guess what? It's not interoperable. It doesn't go across to the other game that I'm in because they don't have the friggin' software built for it yet. They don't have the interoperable layer. That's where I see. I'd rather put the money building it than put the money towards collections,
Yeah.
because that right
Yeah.
that's
Because
where I
it's
look
gonna.
at it.
Yeah. It's. Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, even if that technology changes, like let's say all the NFTs that are out now don't work when it's actually stabilized, and with the licensing games and everything, then you can't even bring it into.
Why build a business on a volatile
Yeah.
structure that has so many ups and downs, regardless of where it may go, where people think it may go, with those peaks and valleys? Why would I spend millions of my own money building that when I could put millions towards building a structure that has a longer an actual path, an actual long-term structure, that all those things can eventually work on top of that layer that we're building anyway. So I'm going to watch the layers where they come to be,
Yeah.
so we can bring them into when they make sense. I see companies bringing in. I started to go down a little bit of the hype train just because we also have investors. But then I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? Honestly, it's not going to work for this, and they're like, okay, we This is my investors, right? And they're like, okay, you've been right so far, so we'll just watch you work we'll let you do your autonomy.
Yeah.
It's a big subject, man.